Hi, welcome to the Self-Defense Offense channel. I'm Triple G. Today is part 2 on our defense weapons or self-defense tools. And we covered quite a bit last time, not enough, but the couple things I want to mention from last time is one is that if you put your key pod, okay, near your bed at night, and if you can hear your panic alarm, if you set it off from your bedroom, if somebody comes in or there's a home invasion, that if you're a light sleeper, I'm not a light sleeper, so I probably wouldn't hear them, but you can hit this button, and if the car alarm goes off in your garage, that might prevent them from coming in. So that's just an idea. The other thing I forgot to mention is about pepper spray. And pepper spray, one thing you have to watch out for, another con, would be you have to make sure you're downwind. Now, I don't know if you're walking out of the parking lot, if you're going to even, when you're attacked in that, are you going to remember to be downwind? So, I have a friend that tried doing this. This was several years ago. She had pepper spray, so she tried to spray it. She had set up the paper plate on the tree and sprayed it, and she was downwind. So she got a little bit on her. So lesson learned. But that's another reason I don't care for pepper spray. If you had it in your house and by your bed maybe, or by a door, as long as you don't have children around, then you might be able to do that. I know one gentleman who does Velcro it next to his door. But to me, that's too close to getting to the door. If somebody's breaking in, they could break in before I even probably grab it. So the next thing I forgot to mention is this is our Kubotan here. And our Kubotan that we have here has a secret little weapon here. It is a sharp knife, just one-sided knife. But the only thing I don't like this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It takes 3 seconds. 3 seconds that you might not have to even unscrew it. But I do like the Kubotan. One of the things that men will tell you, and I don't understand why they tell you, is to carry a whistle. Yes, carry a whistle. Well, I think of a referee or children when I think about whistles. Or if you're in New York City, it would be police officers, traffic police officers. I don't know why. I wasn't paying attention to a whistle. I would just think it was a kid. I mean, what kid doesn't like whistles? It makes lots of noise. All right, I have a whistle here. It's a survivor whistle. If I was lost in the woods, I don't plan on going to the woods to get lost, but it's a survivor whistle, and that's why it's really kind of funky shape, and it can fit in the backpack easy or your pocket. I don't care for whistles. I don't know why guys like to tell us about whistles. One thing I absolutely love, though, is a tactical pen. There's many different kinds out there from different companies. I want to show you that it's actually a pen, and it really writes, okay? It can go through TSA. At the bottom here, we'll show you that it's kind of like a screwdriver at the end. Got a point on it, not that it would cut me, but it's sharp enough to go penetrate. And it also is made like titanium down here, so it's very hard. It's a little bit heavier on this end. This end is nice and smooth for your finger to go, so that you can stab somebody basically with it. And it's can go through TSA. Did I mention TSA? Can go through TSA. So that's a nice pen. Don't put it on you on your pocket. To put it in your backpack or your briefcase or whatever you're carrying, and then you can get it out once you're on the airplane. Probably shouldn't say that, but so anyway, it's really good. I don't like to carry it in my pocket because what happens is when I go to sit down, my leg comes up and it pushes it right out. So that doesn't work. But anyway, I really, really like this. This is something I like to carry because it's easy. I'm going to go get my box here and punch it. All right, I'm back with my box. trusty box. And yes, my grandchildren love macaroni and cheese. All right, so we're going to try punching a hole in this. That didn't take a whole lot. Nice big hole there. So I like this. This came from Jason Hansen, Spy, Escape, and Evasion. All right. Next one is a pen. This is a pen, and it does write. It's also a knife. So we have a knife here. It's a little knife, but better than nothing, I guess. This is something that you could, okay, probably attach to here and, you know, deploy it. But I'm not into knives. So the next thing I want to talk about is stun guns. And the cons are that you have to be close, and it doesn't work in wintertime. And it may take up to about 5 seconds to drop them. So, and you have to hit the mass. You can't do arms or legs. That won't do anything. If they're the bigger they are, the longer it's going to take to drop them, meaning you could get sucker punched and be punched out. So I'm not a fan of stun guns. I do, if you have one though, I do like the ones that there's a wrist strap and then the pin comes off of that. So if they were to grab it away from you, it would stop and not fire because the pin then would be dangling from your wrist. So I do like those if you're going to have one. Tasers, most of them are illegal in most states. I understand in our state that there's one, but it's not as powerful as the law enforcement. Oven spray. Somebody says oven spray, and I thought, well, okay. I've not tried oven spray, and next time I clean my oven, I will have to try this. Oven spray, you have to shake it up, and then it becomes, you know, foam would become foam. But I don't know how well that works if it's not shaken up. I don't know if it comes out nice or not. So you'd want it to be a shot that's, you know, further away, not close up, because then you're going to feel it. The other thing is bear spray. A lot of people have bear spray. I don't yet, but I need to get some bear spray they use. And I don't know how small of a containers they come in. I don't know anything about it, but a lot of people have bear spray in their house. Some people have cans of Raid sitting by each entrance or exit into their house. They'll have them close by. So that way, if an intruder comes, they can spray them. So those are options to use. We will cover knives. I am not a knife person. My children are. I don't know where they got that from. I cannot get this down. Okay, it just, my finger, I have no grip anymore, and I have no pushing, obviously. So deploying this would probably hurt myself because I don't do knives. And I even had to ask my son to help me with getting this back down, because you push one way or the other. There you go, I did it. Yay for me. All right, I've got a couple what I would call wicked tools from Fight Fast. If I can get this out of the box. This is called a spike, and it is triangular shaped and this is sharp, and it's very, very light, but this would be great to stab somebody with. That goes in all the way, so that's really cool. But I call this a wicked tool because this looks wicked, and I think it is wicked. The other one is a micro tool, and this micro tool comes from Spy, Escape, and Evasion, and the spike came from Fight Fast, Bob Pierce. But these right here are really, really sharp. Okay, I think it's like plastic covered in with a piece of paper bag over it, brown paper. But this is really, really sharp, and so it's great for slicing. Okay, and you can cut yourself on it. The story, ooh, that even hurts right there. So it's very, very wicked. I call that a wicked toy. Although carrying it around, you would have to probably have to carry it in my hand, okay, if I was going someplace, and then you'd have to put it some kind of in some kind of sheath, protective, or your purse pocket, and it would probably cut through. So you'd want to have some kind of protection over it, so you don't reach in your purse and then get cut. Now we're going to cover evaluating your self-defense tools. Can you work it? Is it easy to work? Does it hurt your fingers at all? Okay, can you put a lot of force into it? If it's bulky, you're not going to be able to put a lot of force into it. Can I get it out in 2 seconds and use it within that 2-second time period? Does it have any moving parts? One tactical pen I saw, it was actually a pen, a clicky on the end of it. And of course that's going to hurt because it's smaller and it's got moving parts. And I thought, why would you want this? Another one tactical pen I saw is it had, instead of being nice and smooth on top, it had a hole here and it was metal, like all the way around. And you're just going, I put that in, that's going to, you know, rip my finger up. So I don't like that one either. So just be careful of what you get. So does it work in what if scenarios? What if scenarios? So put yourself in different scenarios: home, auto, school, wherever your workplace is, parking lots. Can I get this out? Will I carry it all the time? Will I, when I'm walking, just all those variables that you have, because that's kind of how I determine it. Because like the sirens, the personal alarms, you know, I thought, oh yeah, that would deter. Wait a minute, some people are not going to even care about that you have an alarm. Practice with your right and left hand. Both hands need to know how to work something. So you have a weapon, make sure you practice, you know, get a box, practice stabbing it with your left hand. If you're right-handed, you need to be agile. Work it in both hands, because if he grabs this hand, or if you're carrying something or whatever, this one's injured, you need to go to your other hand. So make sure you practice with both hands, and that's one thing I think that a lot of times we forget. So the next thing is that you need a backup plan. What if that's not working? What if your plan A is not working? What's your B plan? What's your C plan? You need to have different abilities to do different things, because if plan A doesn't work, if that's not stopping power, then you've got a problem. So make sure you have a backup plan. That is all for now. Till next time, be safe and practice.